There's no cheat code for Heroes vs. Hordes. It rewards effort, but it's a grind, and every grind counts. What separates the top 0.1% of players from everyone else isn't luck. It's the optimizations they make along the way. These 14 advanced tips come from years of high-level play and will help you level up faster, farm smarter, and save weeks of your time. By the way, I'm Kolz, a high-level HVH player, and part of a top 10 guild. Some of the best players in the game, including HaxSennin, Squirrel, Spiderpig, and Wave taught me these. So even I'm always learning ways to get better. It turns out most of your time in HVH is spent farming, so that's exactly where we'll start with our first set of tips. Tip number 1. Don't evolve your weapons if you don't need to when you're farming. If you're setting up a farming run, pick tomes that won't evolve your weapons, assuming you can still clear the chapter. Depending on the hero, not evolving your weapons saves 4 or 5 levels of experience for coins instead of evolutions. I currently get 130,000 coins per level with Santa. If you times that by 4 and then double it at the end of the run, that's 1 million extra coins. Over a day of farming, that's like 1 extra run in value. A common build for me, utilizing this technique, is Bomb, Fire Orbs, Chain Lightning, Borer, with coin, experience, crit, cooldown, and duration tomes. And you choose duration because... Number 2. Add duration tome during farming to max your coin power-ups. This is a unique modifier to a modified farming run. I had been using crossbow and ice wand with duplicator tome, but this makes the build even better. Duration tome will increase the length of your coin power-ups. If you're bored enough to watch, your hero will randomly run into a coin power-up in what seems like every other run when auto-farming. Adding 50% in length to the coin power-up duration is basically worth another level of experience, and that's like 250,000 coins at the end of a run. But if I'm going to set up a run, I prefer to go for more resources over more coins at the moment, so I run this instead. Tip number 3. Sub out noble gloves and necklace for rogue gear. Before I can explain exactly why I do this when I farm, you need to understand the resource breakpoints in chapters. Every 40 chapters or so, you get more dust, hero orbs, and scrolls from completing a run. With the post-patch 3.4.0 changes, hero orbs jumped up in value, so farming higher breakpoint chapters is more efficient. Unfortunately, it's a discrete jump. Chapters 181 through chapter 210 give you 80 scrolls, 40 hero orbs, and 45 dust. Chapter 211 gives you 85 scrolls, 45 hero orbs, and 50 dust. While I can auto-farm 140 with Santa, he doesn't have the damage required in full noble gear to clear 230 hard mode for the next step up in resources. However, if I switch out the noble gloves and necklace for the rogue versions, he can 10 out of 10 clear it on auto if I set him up. These 2 noble pieces effectively only provide coin boosts, while those 2 pieces of rogue gear seriously up your damage via the 4x crit multiplier. The result is that my per run coin total goes down about 20%, but I get 30% more hero orbs and dust as a result of the run. And that's a trade-off I'm willing to make at this point because I'm only spinning for health talents. Turns out I have one more advanced farming tip, because post-mythic gear, your whole life outside of Boss Brawl is basically spent in a Santa costume farming. Tip number 4. Wear high-value farm gear in non-farm runs, if you can. Running adventure? Run all noble gear. Running faction wars or dungeon? Run noble chest and boots, the 2 highest key chance noble pieces, and the ring if you can swing it. Guild event? As much noble gear as you can without getting thrown out of your guild. I personally prioritize chests for the key chance because you can never get enough of those. And that's why. Tip number 5. Rush Santa's Forge. Santa is the biggest long-term time save in the game. His 11 percentage point overall plus the gold key chance is an absurd 73% increase in endgame gold key chance overall, going from 15 to 26%. Think of Santa as a noble chest. Greet him everywhere you can. Dungeon, guild event, adventure, heck, even nightmare mode if you can swing it. Santa's Forge is a global 5 percentage point increase to gold key chance at 3 stars. So get that and stop, because... Tip number 6. Forge tokens are the most valuable resource in the game. Recently, my HVH life has been cut up into chunks the past 3 months. 6 weeks for Mighty Borer Forge, 6 weeks for Warlord Forge. With the changes to hero shards, Forge tokens will likely be your limiting factor late game, but I really just wanted to get this point across. Don't use super tokens on base weapons. Based on the 2024 HVH guide, I put 6,000 super tokens into fire orbs and bomb, which was easily 4,000 too many. And because you can't reset a weapon, I'm never getting those tokens back. You will get base weapon tokens from Arena, so save your super tokens. You don't know exactly how you will use them, but don't spend them. Just like gems. Tip number 7. Practice the hardest part of HVH, self-control, and save your gems. Try not to spend gems. Ever. Well, not ever, but not a lot. Don't use them in Lucky Draw past one spin. Don't revive, don't reshuffle, don't reset, don't do anything with a re in it. Maintain self-control. Then spend lavishly on events, like the one happening right now. 8,800 gems guarantees Dark Paladin or Assassin. Way better than the 17,700 gems from Lucky Draw, or the 24,000 gems it takes if you listen to the pre-Spiderpig advice and spin 3 times on Lucky Draw. However, maintaining self-control is the first of 3 forms of skill expression in Heroes vs. Hordes. Don't spend gems today that are better spent tomorrow. But now that I think about it, there is one reshuffle you should use: the Mega Reshuffle. Tip number 8. Mega Reshuffle your reshuffle. I learned this tip 5 minutes ago from Owl, even though Wave swears he told me about it. There was no proof in the guild chat. You can guarantee the weapons you need at the beginning of an important run by using the Mega Reshuffle your reshuffle. Much like its weaker younger brother Reshuffle your reshuffle, if you leave during the first 10 seconds of a run, you get your energy back for free. You can then go to your collection to change your weapon set, and then return to the run, and you'll get a completely different offer in the shop. This strategy gives you an almost unlimited opportunity to get exactly what is needed, even with 2 starting upgrades. You can make it even more time efficient by changing something in your collection that was offered in that first shop pick. This can come in real handy during Boss Brawl, where you need optimal weapons. So while you're in the collection tab, check on this other stuff. Number 9. Double check the little things before important events. Before you load into Boss Brawl or any high value run, confirm that all the little things are correct. Do you have your Forge Pass set up correctly? Is your faction camp bonus properly adjusted? Do you need double snails? Did you skill up the hero you're about to use? I've personally messed up hard mode arena runs and nightmare mode because I didn't properly adjust forges. At the highest level, these things matter, like this tip for maxing your damage. Tip number 10. Stay at half HP or lower as long as you can in Boss Brawl. This tip is particularly important during the vulnerability phase. This tip is also particularly important because it represents the one time I actually helped Wave in Heroes vs. Hordes. You have an epic talent that increases your damage based on missing HP. Purposely running into a fan or over a spike to take damage during the vulnerability phase increases your damage. Even better, stand under the boss to reflect damage back onto it. While juggling your health like this in Boss Brawl is the second form of skill expression in the game, this next tip is for juggling Horde. Tip number 11. Get good at Haxkiting. The last of 3 true expressions of skill, Haxkiting is by far the hardest. You can control the flow of Horde in Nightmare mode by making discrete, sharp, V-like movements to the east or west of the screen. These movements cause the majority of Horde to spawn from the north and south, leaving you with a direction to kite towards. The hardest chapters of Nightmare mode require you to do this consistently in order to clear them reliably. And while Haxkiting will save you energy, these last tips will save you frustration. Number 12. You can't sacrifice a pet that is deployed or on an expedition. I know I have a pet to sacrifice, but the game won't let me. Everyone runs into this problem once, shrugs it off, and sacrifices the pet later. If you get real frustrated, you ask on Discord, and it turns out that the reason almost every time is the pet is either on an expedition or deployed. But that's why it normally works a second try. It's no longer deployed. So make sure your pets are free to step on the altar to the devs, and you're not making this other mistake. Tip number 13. Your forge selections are tied to your loadouts. I learned this one on Discord early when I constantly knew I was saving a forge option, but it changed the next day. It turns out I had different options saved for my farming loadout and for my damage loadout. You need to make your selection, then go to the loadout and overwrite the loadout in order to get it to stick. Otherwise, you'll be perpetually switching forge choices. Oh, and that reminds me, if you're new, you can freely switch between forge options at the same level anytime you want. So you should be changing them for different builds, and don't worry about selecting one when you first forge it up. Which leaves me with one other little tidbit of wisdom. Tip number 14. Make sure to get a coin in Coin Rush before exiting. I'm going to waste 10 energy now and show you what happens when you exit before getting 1 coin in Coin Rush. No, this is hurting me to my soul. The game doesn't count the run as completing unless you get 1 coin from Coin Rush. So you can't double the rewards and you can't get any keys. It's a mistake you make once and never again, until you bite the bullet for a YouTube video. Bonus! Real money tip number 15. Stockpile runestones and then buy a legendary pass. This one came to me from Wave after I've already recorded the video, so I went back and threw it in. If you save runestones after a long run of clearing nightmare chapters, you can buy a legendary pass for a month to use the wish list on all your heroes. Wave did it with over 26,000 runestones, but I think the math works once you hit 10,000 total runestones in your inventory. Also note, Squirrel sent me this trick a while back too, so all 0.1% of players are aware of it, and now you are also too. And those are the 14 advanced tips plus 1 bonus tip to go with 23 other tips and tricks from my other video. Hopefully, they help some later game players with optimizations they weren't even aware of yet. And again, I'm Kolz. I'm a high-level HVH player and part of a top 10 guild. You can find me here, on Discord, or on my website, hvhlounge.com, where you can find a written version of this guide. If you want priority answers to your questions, you can sign up for my Patreon, where you can also become an executive producer, like Cake Invictus and Riverwind, who are the executive producers of this video. Please subscribe if you like the video, and remember, always do your adventure!